book is established or not. My question is very simple. If let's say if we take the book out of it. Let's say Sneeko, you. How old are you, bro?
24.
You're 24. Okay. So let's say, when did you start your YouTube channel?
14.
14. Let's say one text says that Sneeko's did a YouTube video when he was 14, right? And then another text said Sneeko did a YouTube video when he was 24. Is that a contradiction?
Let me ask you something. Let me ask you something.
Bro, let him answer.
Hold on, Sneeko,
let him
you
answer.
don't have to.
Is that a contradiction?
Is that a contradiction to what?
Is that a contradiction? Can you do a video at one point in 1 year and then do another video in another year? Is that a contradiction?
I wouldn't say that I started YouTube twice.
I'm not saying
it's just for tenure. I would never write that I did it twice because I'm still.
But you did do a video twice.
Sneeko, let me listen.
Doing a video is different.
Okay, good.
Hold on. He answered already. He said that's my answer. He said that's my answer. Now let me talk to you. If you were on YouTube for 1 year, now listen. If you were on YouTube for 1 year, and then you deleted your account, and then you were on YouTube for 4 years, how many years were on YouTube?
For 5 years.
5 years. Now look at this. Isaiah,
he ruled for 1 year.
Don't interrupt.
Go ahead.
He was 22 years old when he became king, and he reigned for 1 year in Jerusalem. Only 1 year, right? Now, in the same Bible, when you go to the next one, you see the interruption? You see who's a better listener? You see who's a better listener?
You really interrupted me the whole time.
Is he interrupting me or not?
So 1 year.
Now here it says when he was 42 when he rules, but he only ruled for 1 year. So that means his reign, no, it does not say twice. He's adding that. It's only 1 year. It's only 1 year. In two different ages. Now ask him in the NIV version, did they change this or not?
Okay. No, you're gonna
did they change it or not? Did they change it or not?
No, you're gonna deal with my question.
Go ahead. You see, he can't answer it.
Hold on.
He can't answer it.
So
why did they change it?
Do you know the contradiction? Hold on 1 second. Do you know what a contradiction is?
Yes.
Define contradiction.
Two things that cannot be true at the same time.
Beautiful. So now answer this question for me. Can it be?
You see, he's not answering the NIV question.
No, because we're dealing with the so-called contradiction.
Jump.
Don't run, Uthman.
Running. I'm standing right here. I asked the question you can't answer.
So stand 10 toes down. So okay, cool. So if somebody's ruling at 22 and they only rule for 1 year because an invasion happens.
Okay.
And so you're saying that it's impossible for 20 years later for him to return to the city and then become king again and rule for 1 year?
Answer?
Is that a contradiction?
You want me to answer?
Do you understand the question?
I do.
Okay, is that a contradiction?
You want me to answer?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I want to hear it.
If somebody ruled at 22, you see that?
It's a yes or no.
You see that?
It's a yes or no.
If somebody ruled at 1 year at 22, and then he came back and ruled another year, I would say he ruled for 2 years.
No, that's
because I can add.
Gosh, are you kidding me?
Unfortunately, these guys can't add. If Sneeko had a channel and he did it 1 year and he deleted it and then he started again, I would say he's been on YouTube for 5 years because this is the total amount. If somebody ruled for 1 year and they were taken out and they ruled again for a year, then you would say he ruled for 2 years.
Beautiful.
Now, my question, why did the NIV version take that age of 42 out?
Because they think it's a textual variant.
And you are the one that said the NIV version. Now listen. I'm not done speaking.
But you just finished your point and you asked the question.
I'm not done speaking.
But you asked me the question.
I am not done speaking.
But you asked me the question.
I did not.
Yes, you did. You really just said, so then why did they change it in the NIV? And I answered you.
You are the one that came to our table and said the NIV version is the best.
No, I never did it.
You did. It's on video.
Oh, where?
It's on video. On our channel. NIV.
Okay, hold on. Time out. So on your video, I want you to pull up the clip where I brought it and I said the NIV. Let me finish.
Okay.
Where I said the NIV is the best version.
You said that's what you use.
Pause.
Right?
Right? Look, right? No, I never said that.
Run. Okay, if we find a clip from you praising NIV, then
what do you want?
Then what do you want? Then admit that you lied.
I will.
You admit that you lied.
I will.
Okay.
Now, when you can't find the clip, will you admit that you lied?
Sure.
On camera. On your channel.
On my channel.
All right, beautiful.
And if we find you, we'll shake on it.
Okay, cool.
And so if we find the NIV clip, and you praise
NIV,
and I said
NIV, yes.
Right?
Yes.
And then we find that NIV.
Please pay attention. Here this man is saying that if we can find the clip where he praised the NIV over the New King James Version, he will make a video admitting he's a liar. Remember that.
And if we find you, we'll shake on.
Okay, cool.
And so if we find an NIV clip, and you praise
and
the
I said
NIV,
NIV, yes,
right?
Yes.
And then we find that
Yes.
NIV changed the.
Now you will see the same man that came to our stall 2 years ago on video. And when I showed him the New King James Version, the same Bible that I use today, and I showed him clear contradictions in the ages at that time, he will bring out the NIV version. The NIV, he will not say that they ruled at different ages. He will bring out the NIV version and he will praise it, saying that it is based on earlier manuscripts than the New King James Version. Now you see, his lie is caught. He came out to our table 2 years ago and he brought with him which version? The NIV version, which changed the dates, saying that this is an error. And there, he will not say they ruled at different times. He will say that the NIV version is based on earlier manuscripts, hence more accurate than the New King James Version. His lie is caught from his own video. And now we call on him to make a video admitting that he's a liar.
Okay, good.
Okay, read it.
Jehoiachin was 18 years old when he became
Excellent. Now, what
Anyway,
chapter and verse is this?
2 Chronicles 36, verse 9.
Read it here.
Joachim was 8 years old. Okay.
So why is it that that Bible has 18 and this has 8?
Based on manuscript.
Which manuscript is this on? This is the King James Version.
Yeah, so yours is based on certain manuscripts that came.
So which one is the actual Bible?
Well, we have the earliest manuscripts that help us with this.
Okay.
So that's why.
So this Bible is based on an error.
How the liar is exposed. He himself brought the McCarthy Study Bible, praised it, depended on it, used it to answer contradictions. And then when the McCarthy Study Bible says that there are clear copyist errors, he throws it under the bus. He himself brought the NIV version of the Bible with him and used it to say that there are different manuscripts and praised it over the New King James Version that I was using, that I'm still using. When the NIV version changed the ages, saying that it was an error, he used that saying that this was based on earlier manuscripts. Now, this liar has changed. Now he's giving a different story. His praise of the NIV, his use of the NIV, his bringing it, saying that it's on the earlier manuscript, has been recorded, and now he needs to admit that he lied.
Change the dates, knowing it's an error, as your McCarthy Bible said as well. And it's an error.
It's a textual variance.
You have the link, put it in the chat so I can click the link.
So can I? So now,
anyway.
you responded.
We have to leave.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No, but he just said that he's gonna talk, and I'm gonna he's gonna listen.
I already did listen to you.
But now he's about to run away.
No.
Now this is the tactic of Usman all day, every day. This is the tactic of Usman.
Let this man know.
So can I respond to what you said?
Let me finish.
No, I did.
Look, we already said.
So can I respond to what you said?
We're gonna find your clip.
Because I want to show you the strong.
Post it.
No, but thank you. All right, here we go. Hey, they can't move it. They're too short. They can't see. Okay.
Whoa.
So here we go. So look. So let me show you the straw man and what he did. Listen to the example. The example that he gave is, he said, if I said that he was ruling as king 1 year, and then he ruled, I mentioned another year that he ruled, then that's, in total, he ruled a cumulative of that gap. That's what he's saying. Yeah. I'm saying that no, according to the text, his rule stopped twice. He stopped ruling at 22, and then he ruled again. It's not that he ruled at 22 and then continued until he was 42. No, he ruled at 22. Let me finish. He ruled at 22. The Arabians and the Philistines invaded Jerusalem, kidnapped him. For 20 years he was gone, not the king anymore. He came back at 42. They made him king again, and he ruled only 1 year that year because he was sinful to God.
That's 2 years.
No, that's two years total.
His reign.
Let me finish.
Listen.
I listen to you, right?
I'm listening.
Thank you.
I'm listening to you.
So if you're trying to say then in all his life he ruled 2 years, sure, no problem. But that's not what the text is talking about. The text is talking about specifically when he started to rule at the particular age that he started to rule. Okay? So that's the straw man that you did. I hope that you understand. When you look,
I'm respectfully listening.
Beautiful. He continued to respectfully listen. So before you bring a straw man analogy, when you bring an analogy, make sure it matches with the actual situation. All right. So I answered your question. Now, hold on.
I need to answer what you just said.
Wait, hold on. I still have something to say.
Hold on.
I'm not done. I'll let you go.
No. You're done with that. I'm going to respond to that.
I'm not done with
You're not going to jump from the subject.
No, I'm not.
You're not jumping.
But you said if I can answer this, which I did, that you will answer my question. You guys was wooing and oohing off of a textual variant that some people believe. So if you believe in textual variants that disprove the Bible, then you have to explain for us the textual variants that you still haven't translated. I want you to tell me, first of all, in chapter 37, verse 12, who is it that's surprised? Is it Muhammad that's surprised? Or is it Allah who's surprised? Chapter 37, verse 12. Go ahead, I want you to answer that.
Now you noticed, I told you you're not going to jump.
No, you told me that once I answered, you would change the subject.
That's exactly what he did.
You promised
he jumped.
Once I answered, we could change.
You haven't answered. You put something forward.
If you don't like my answer, that's on you.
No. It's not.
A little hoppy.
He is hopping.
Actually,
He is hopping, right? He is hopping. He did
say, if you answer this question, then I'll answer yours, right? Did he say that?
Let me finish.
Sneeko, did he say that? Be honest, bro.
Yeah,
did he? Okay, thank you. So we're gonna see if you lying or not.
Relax.
We chilling.
Now,
so I hope you answer the question.
I got you, bro. Relax. Now, first thing is that this man came out and gave an explanation that clearly people better. Oh, do you see that interruption? You see that interruption or not? Is he a great listener? Is he a better listener?
You didn't interrupt me the whole time.
He was respectfully listening.
You're biased right now.
Now you're gonna play the bias card.
You're biased right?
Because you know
he was respectfully listening.
I thought you were lucky we gave you any time to talk.
You have nothing to say. You have no authority here. Continue.
Oh, easy there, guy. All right, now, what I made clear is him trying to jump from the subject, and I told him he's gonna jump, and that's exactly what he did, right? We said, okay, if we find the clip of him praising an IV, and inshallah we will, and we post that, he's gonna admit to being a liar.
Don't say inshallah. That never happens.
I always say
never comes to pass when you say inshallah.
That is not true. Now, once again. Now,
just say
the answer that he, you don't even know. We don't say wallahi for something.
You should say. You should say. I swear.
Now let's go back. Now, what he jumped with is the fact that the great Christian scholars that he brought as an authority, which is the videos are online, disagree with him. In fact, in the NIV, we will find your praise, but even if you don't, the NIV clearly said.
Oh, even if you don't now, you get nervous about it?
We will.
So don't try to plug that in.
You see him interrupt?
You're going to find it, right?
You see him interrupt? This is the King James version.
Yeah, so yours is based on certain manuscripts that came.
So which one is the actual Bible?
Well, we have the earliest manuscripts that help us with this.
This is the King James version.
Yeah, so yours is based on certain manuscripts that came.
So which one is the actual Bible?
Well, we have the earliest manuscripts that help us with this.
Just making sure. No, I'm not gonna let him escape from stuff. You know?
I'm speaking. Right?
I know how to handle it.
Now,
a lot of people don't.
You think you do, right? Now, when you look at the variant, Christian scholars who updated the Bible said that this story is not true. They said this was a copyist error. In fact, and I can prove that because there are manuscripts. You paying attention, Sneeko?
Yes.
There are manuscripts in Greek that mention 22 on both. That is the nail on the so if now you see now he's saying it's a variant. You hear that now? Now it's not that he ruled at 2 ages. Now you got a variant.
That's what a variant is.
Are there manuscripts that mention 22 for both ages?
I'm not sure.
Oh no, you're not.
I'm not sure. I know about English.
Come on.
I honestly don't know.
If you're saying there's variants, then you're sure.
No, I know.
Earlier he said it's a variant. Now he's not sure.
No, this is what he asked. He asked, are there manuscripts that in both verses in the same manuscript mention the same age? I don't know that. I just know that in one manuscript it'll say 22, and another manuscript it says 42. Have you read the NIV? Right? That's what I know.
Have you read the NIV? Have you read NIV?
Not in this verse.
Have you read the NIV version of the Bible?
In some verses.
Okay. People live. Yeah. Pull up the NIV version.
What's the problem?
Someone put the link in the chat. Pull it up. Hold on.
I have no problem. Are you going to answer the question?
I am.
Okay, cool.
See, you ran.
I did.
And you got caught now, and that's why you're nervous.
Get caught in what?
You got caught in a lie right
what
now.
Lie?
I'll prove it.
No, what
pull up NIV.
You said.
Pull up NIV.
You said a manuscript.
Pull up NIV.
No, but you said a manuscript.
Pull up NIV.
No, it's fine.
Here and there.
He has to
I'm on subject.
He's fine.
NIV Bible, what verse?
It's first. What is it?
Isaiah.
First Kings, right? 8:22. First Kings 8:22.
You guys are gonna pay to be?
Do you?
No.
So no, I don't.
Right. You don't have a
You over here streaming and stuff.
I'm not getting paid to be here. I choose to be here.
Okay, good. Me too.
But are you getting paid to be here?
No. Are you?
You have a Patreon?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So his Patreon is for what?
For people who love the
People who want you to pay for you to be here. I don't have a Patreon. I don't make a single penny off YouTube.
That's a lie.
You do. What?
You know you make money.
These habitual liars keep getting caught on video in their lies. Here he slanders, he lies, he claims I'm taking money, that I get paid. Allah knows and everybody knows I do not take a single penny. OMF, the masjid, nobody pays me not a single penny for doing da'wah. We're willing to show proof from taxes that I do not get paid. Let him bring his proof for his slander or admit that he's a liar.
Penny off YouTube.
That's a lie.
You do. What?
You know you make money.
I swear by Allah, I've never taken a penny.
Don't change the subject.
I swear by Allah, you lied right now. He just said you know you take a penny.
Stop trying to act like you don't.
Allah, he doesn't make. I haven't taken a penny.
Where do
you make money from? Brothers, do I get paid a penny?
From people who give.
Do I get paid?
They can say all this you want. They can say all this you want. Stay up.
Now your lie has been caught again.
Oh, why? Because
did he not just say? Did he? Oh, so the fact that I don't get paid.
Bro, you're running.
Look,
you're running.
Okay, look.
You're running.
Look.
Stay on subject.
Second lie. Second lie.
You're running.
You're running.
running.
Taxes.
You're running.
And see who they pay.
Can you
and
get,
if I'm
can
not
you get
on
to the
it,
subject?
is he a liar?
Could you get to the subject?
No,
it's not.
Lying a little? Look, if I show you all this taxes
on topic.
and I don't get paid, is he a liar?
This dude is hilarious, bro.
Is he a liar?
He said grants and stuff like that.
People give
I don't
him
get
money,
grants.
people offer
Nobody
him
gives me money.
People
I
do all this
never
type of
take a
stuff,
single
He's a
penny
liar. You're
from
lying.
OMF. Okay, he said I'm a liar, right? He said I'm a liar. Okay, wallahi, Sneeko, tonight
if you
I'm
get
going to
money, you
put
get money.
OMF
If you don't,
taxes.
you don't.
He just said I'm a liar, and he said that I do get paid. And now that he's caught, he said I do get paid, but I don't. That's a lie.
That he got paid. Now you're running from that.
He's running. He's running
from the same that he said
I'm focused.
He's running.
Okay, NIV Bible chapter what?
So what do you
What are you
saying with Chronicles so that we all know?
22.
Here we go.
Right here, 22.
What are you proving here?
222.
Ahaziah was 22 years old when he became king.
What are you proving here though?
He reigned in Jerusalem 1 year. Okay.
What's the point?
I got the other one.
No,
go ahead.
Can you tell us the point?
No, right here. Look.
And then 2 kings.
He was 42 years old when he became king and he ruled for 1 year.
In NIV, what does it say?
Now, this is
22.
For both?
But this is the one in Kings.
What's the point?
You said you've never read it.
I haven't.
That's 22. This is Kings NIV. This is Chronicles.
It says 22 both times.
Remember?
It says 22 in both verses.
Remember he hasn't read it?
Okay.
He hasn't read it?
I haven't
now
read
read
it.
it. Read it with NIV.
No, but what's wrong with
now?
it?
Wait, so first it went 2 years cumulative.
It says
Now both verses are saying 22 both times.
What are you proving?
Now, why does NIV change it to 22 from 42?
Because they believe it's a textual variant there, so they're going with the other variant.
Thank you. So that means in this Bible there was an error in the age. They found it to be an error.
No,
they changed it.
No.
It's interrupting.
No, but you interrupted the whole time.
Did I interrupt him, Steve? Look,
You
I
interrupted the
listened
whole
to him, right? Now the
You're not
lie
gonna
that's
answer the
caught is NIV shows that their research that this was an error.
But you said I use the NIV.
And you do use the NIV. We'll get the
You're
video
lying,
for it.
though.
Inshallah.
You're lying.
Okay, we'll get the video. Right? Now, he mentioned here 42. Right? And he said because he ruled twice. NIV and McCarthy, they all said that this was a copyist error in the Bible. And they even changed it because they said he didn't rule twice. This was a clear error. In fact, if you look at the commentaries on the NIV, and I have some at home that I can bring for you if you haven't read them, right? They say that no doubt this was a copyist error, as McCarthy said as well. No doubt. I'll bring them to you. Don't worry. Right? Now, where's the study Bible you brought, right?
The ESV show.
Yeah.
I brought an ESV.
You brought this one, and it's also saying
it's not my authority.
You brought this. So what's your authority?
The scripture. So what I'm saying is that when he asked me a particular question,
why did he bring this as an authority?
When he asked me a particular question,
why did he bring this as an answer?
I'm letting you know. When he brought up a particular question, I used the NIV study Bible to use an answer that I agreed with because it was in line with the scripture.
Which study Bible?
The ESV study
Bible.
Bible.
He just said NIV.
I never said NIV.
Wallah, he just said NIV. He said NIV. Wallah, everybody in the chat, did he not say NIV? He said NIV. Chat. Did he not say NIV? Did he say NIV or no? Chat.
So anyway,
this panic?
so you
this is victory mode.
So
he just lied.
Go with the Bible. Hold on, Uthman, you're cutting me off.
Did he say NIV?
Uthman, you're cutting me off.
Christians, did he say NIV?
You're cutting me off. So Sneeko. So I used the study Bible because there was a particular question that he asked that I agreed with that it was in line with the scripture. Right here, with this textual variant that they're saying is a copyist error, I don't agree with, because there's a scriptural answer regarding this particular.
So what book is your authority?
The Bible.
Wait, do you know better than the makers of the NIV?
So my point is, listen.
No, it's
so my point is,
narrative.
he has not been able to refute the answer about Ahaziah ruling at 22 and then ruling at 42. The only thing that he's done is, well, in this Bible it says this, or in this Bible it says this, but he has not been able to answer the explanation that I gave with the scripture. That's my point. So we've dealt with
What's your explanation? That it's an error?
No, my explanation is that he ruled twice. Once at 22, got kidnapped by the Philistines and Arabians.
So you disagree with the book that you brought?
I disagree with their explanation of it.
Okay, fair.
There you go.
We can leave it at that.
I said that in the beginning.
I think that's why a lot of people resonate with Islam, because we don't disagree with the scripture.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see in a second. All right, so you said you're going to answer. You said you're going to answer.
Of course I
All right, so who was surprised?
Let's finish this.
No, we did
He
finish.
disagrees with NIV too.
Thank you.
He disagrees with NIV too.
Who does?
You.
When it comes to that, yeah.
You disagree with NIV. He disagrees with NIV.
We cannot disagree with the Quran. We just have to take it.
We'll see which one you mean. We'll see which one you mean. Because I'm about to show you that you disagree with the Quran.
Bring it.
No, you got it. No, do you have the Arabic? You have bring the Arabic. Get the Arabic Quran. Get your Hafs or the Warsh or whatever one you use.
We did the original. We don't need the.
Anthony, focus the.
No, you know about it. You're fine.
What's the verse?
Chapter 37, verse 12.
Muslim love Jesus.
He talks about.
We're saying you said NIV.
But we don't make stories.
See?
I can care less.
Lie caught. He can care less about lying.
I said ESV.
He said NIV.
And if I did say NIV, I misspoke.
Now he's changing.
No, I'm just saying. I don't.
When
I
your lie
didn't
gets
say that.
caught,
But if I did, I
that's what
misspoke. It's as simple as that. I have no problem admitting if I made a mistake. If I even did say that, I don't think I said it. I know I did. But if I did, I misspoke. That's what I'm saying. You ready?
Go ahead.
Can you read it in Arabic?
They don't come.
Ajibat.
Abjecta.
No, it's a kasra.
Bel abjecta.
It's a kasra.
37.
Yeah. It's a kasra. Everybody, read.
Yeah, Bel abjecta.
It is not a jabta.
Does anybody speak Arabic here?
Ajib. Who said ajib? No, ajib. You're saying it wrong, bro.
You're saying it wrong.
Okay, so we're gonna see it. We're gonna see here. So what does it say? What does it say?
He's like, no.
No, watch this. You'll see.
Ajib. Go ahead.
What does it say? Well, what's the translation?
Yes, Khurun.
What does that mean? What does it mean?
We don't speak Arabic.
In fact, you are astonished by their denial
Who was
while
astonished?
they ridicule you.
All right, who was the Prophet Muhammad was astonished.
Okay, go ahead.
Now you go to the Hamza Quran, same verse.
Quran?
Yep, or the
What's the
Caliph.
Hamza Quran?
Hamza or Caliph, whatever you want to call it.
Show it to me.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. In that one, it says something different. All
Okay, let's see it.
right, I'll show you.
What's the Hamza Quran?
You don't know what the Hamza Quran?
I know Hamza
You don't know what the color? What is it called? Color? What about Al-Qasai? What about Al-Qasai?
Hamza has a Quran?
Hamza, Alf and Hamza.
Yes.
And all these are recitations. They're not Quran. They're not Quran.
We'll see. And Hafs is a recitation, right?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so we're talking about all these recitations of the Quran. We're about to see if they're the same thing. I'm about to. Got you.
What's up, man? Yeah.
Well, so this is the tent where
Here you go. It color codes the mistake too.
so we were just standing here.
Well, Ajib.
But Ajib 2.
It's the same again. So this is
One is ta, one is tu.
Now check this out. This is where their ignorance gets caught.
Oh, we'll see.
Right? Now, what is the difference? It is the harakat.
And what's the change?
Hold on. Now this is where you're gonna see him get buried. Now
we'll
watch,
see.
just watch, okay? In the mushaf that I showed you at home, in the original mushaf, were there these lines?
No. There were no diacritical marks. So how do you know which one is which one?
Let me finish.
No, but you're talking to me.
Let me finish.
I can't remember.
Okay. Tonight, inshallah,
wasn't, right?
I'll show it to you. Okay?
So you showed them one with no diacritical
Ya
marks?
Allah.
This is a conversation.
No, you tell me who's interrupting who.
Wait, I thought you were the better listener.
I'm asking. Now I'm doing them the same way.
Now, who's the one?
Did you show him? Did you show him the one with no marks?
Yes.
Okay, good. So how do you know how to read it?
I got you.
Okay.
Now, let me finish.
Go ahead.
Okay? Now,
Please answer. How do you know how to read it?
You see this?
He's answering.
Oh, I'm listening. Watch him not answer.
Okay.
Go ahead.
100% I'm answering. Just let him be quiet. Okay? Now, what the mistake they made is the fact that the
mistake?
Oh ya Allah, Sneeko, come on,
He
man.
said a mistake?
Let him finish what he said.
Wait, hold on. He said the mistake they made.
That you made.
Oh, we'll see.
That
Okay.
you
Okay, all
made.
right, we'll see. Go ahead. We'll see. Okay.
He's a better listener.
Go ahead.
He's a better listener here. Huh?
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Now, is the Mus'haf of Uthman radiallahu anhu, the original Mus'haf has no dietary marks, it has no dots. And I'll show it to you tonight again, inshallah. Okay?
He's telling the truth
now,
finally.
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Now, when you have, for example, ta, tu, ti, these are i'rab. Okay? Now, as, for example, in South Africa, now let me finish. He's not going to finish. Right? He's not let me finish. In South Africa, when they ask you, how are you? They say, how is the brother? Right? They're talking to you, but they say, how is the brother? Okay? Now,
editor's note, as you can see, the camera ran out of battery here. We will do what we can to find the rest of the clips and whatever was recorded from other brothers and post it in the second segment.
These professional liars keep going back to trying to say there's more than one Quran and trying to use things like harakat and differences in dots to say there is a Hamza Quran, there is a Warsh Quran, there is a Hafs Quran, and these are lies. All of those are styles of recitations. For example, if you look at the differences in accents in the United Kingdom, in the United States, in Australia, and so on, that doesn't mean they're different languages. Those are accents. Every one of these recitations goes back to one Quran, the Mus'haf of Uthman radiallahu anhu. And here, this chapter and verse in front of you now, in the style in which the Mus'haf of Uthman is written, it does not have dots, it does not have the fatha or dhamma making ta or tu. So every one of them are ways of reciting that go back to one Quran. Now, does that style of reciting using a ta or a tu here change the meaning? They continuously quote Al-Qurtubi, a book that this man is unable to read. He does not own. He has never looked at the actual book. He just has some Islamophobes that feed him this information. I went home and actually looked up the book, Al-Qurtubi, which is Jami' lil-Ahkam al-Quran, written by Al-Qurtubi. Here you will see in the 18th volume, on the 19th page, what does Imam Al-Qurtubi actually says. He quotes at the end of a long discussion that Ali ibn Sulaiman mentioned that the meaning in both of the styles of recitation is the same. Wahid is the same meaning. It does not affect the meaning, because even when you have a tu, it's taqdeer, meaning that it's meaning Qul ya Muhammad, O Muhammad, say ajabtu, and the ta is also ajabta, O Muhammad. So those are two ways of saying the same thing from the same Quran, written the same way in the Mus'haf of Uthman, which all go back to the same meaning, that it is the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who's amazed, not Allah. Both recitation do not affect the meaning. Both styles of recitation are from one Quran, the Mus'haf of Uthman. Their lies are caught from the references they give because they're unable to even read or comprehend the references they're giving themselves.